Yeah, I know. It just won't seem to start. Oh, the fucking water is not on. Pull that rusty ass lever down in between
Okay,
the
I
two
got it.
spigots.
Your stream's good, Fife.
Oh
But
god, and now I'm
you're
telling.
airing everything.
Yes, welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Apollo Racing
I'm
Club's
going.
first ever broadcasted dirt rally event. We've never done this before, so technical difficulties. I forgot to turn the water on for the washing machine in the house that we just moved to. So that's what's going on. Good evening, Craig.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing, my friend?
Well, aside from all the crazy movement, I'm doing pretty well tonight. Go on upstairs.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, me too.
Been
I'm
wanting to do this
excited.
for a
I'd like
while
to
now.
see what these people are doing. Plus, it's nice to spectate them. Normally, I'm just trailing behind somewhere in the midfield.
Yeeting it over a hill somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I realized the other day? Monte Carlo, you tip your car gently over a wall and you DNF and unrecoverable
Yes.
vehicle, but I can launch a car at the sky in Spain and only get an 8-second penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should see what I did in Sweden.
So
in
we
our
have
thing.
Gerhard in the Ford, Woolley in the Ford, Sadir in the Skoda. We have one Poyo Tomcat, another Skoda for Sin Black Fox, and I knew Guzzi would take the Peugeot.
Yeah, it's a strong car. Honestly, the 208 is just. It's been a staple in the rally world for so long, just because of how stable it is. The Fiesta is fairly new to the game. Skoda's been around, but not so much in North America.
You
The
know what?
Polo, unfortunately, hasn't come back into rally, which is kind of a shame because it's a solid platform. It's basically just a slightly smaller Golf.
And that's my rallycross ride right there. I like it a lot in the rallycross.
I favor the Audi. I like that rumble.
You like that pink skin?
That too. The BWT pink skin is just beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So these guys are building their setups. They have 180 seconds to build a setup. So they're getting that done while we wait. So as we enjoy some beautiful countryside here in Baumholder, Germany.
Yeah, yeah. This track actually used to be, I believe it was an old military like tank testing ground and stuff for World War II, and then they just converted it over for this rally, which they've been doing. I can't quite remember the history on it honestly, but I do remember that this used to be old military base. That's why you've got a bunch of stuff that looks like really short runways, which would have been used for the smaller planes.
Yeah, and I was going to bring
Mostly
that
just
up.
their props.
I was going to bring that up when you said tank base. I was going to say, oh, I would have thought airfield because there are definitely some spots where you make a one left and all of a sudden you're on a runway.
Yep. Yep, yep. It was, yeah, it looked like it was all just military base and testing grounds. And I mean, it's just this big open area that they're not really using.
Right. Now
Pretty
there's.
safe.
I'm going to point out one turn here that I think everyone's going to absolutely bite it on. Do you know the one left where the left is actually in a dip in the road ahead, and you actually can see hay bales that are further on for another turn that is not the turn you're approaching?
Yes.
Yes. So
That turn, there are two turns in this track that always get me. It is that, and then there is a 4 left that is over a crest and leads straight downhill, and on your outside there is crowd and rocks. And
yes.
you'll always hit
Oh
rocks.
my God. Yes. I've actually become quite good at threading the needle, as it were. There. I don't know if you caught a
I
highlight I
still
posted
crash.
last week. Where was I last week? Actually, I was in Baumholder, Germany last week, and Blue Line, or yeah, that was last week, and I went off course and literally drove back by a barbecue and in between some rocks.
Oh wow.
It was
No, I
pretty
just did
funny.
it yesterday in the Datsun 240 for CMS, and
Start 60
yeah,
from
there was a
left over
5
crest,
right
130.
that comes after a big jump. That was my
Good
big
luck.
thing. You could lose a minute there if you go too wide.
Not good. I'm following along here on the official
Speaking of
stream
wide.
now as we're getting ready to start with Guzman. He is rocking that blue, blanc, and rouge skin, much like the
5,
local hockey
4,
team to his native
3,
Montreal.
2,
Yep.
1, go.
Now, how do we change people?
Yeah, I'm doing with my controller just left and right.
Wonderful. Here we go. Beautiful. Ah, and you can see who's ahead now.
Yeah, I'm watching Gerhard. He just made a bit
Oh!
of a mistake trying to come over those cobbles.
And Tommy immediately drops down to 6th place as he makes contact with the hay bales on that first one right.
Sin in the Skoda is up ahead. He's him and Gerhard are basically piled onto each other, but that Skoda's really making it around.
And Sin's been really good lately. He just came off a win in Sweden last week. Tore it up there, actually.
Yeah, I saw. I tried to do the stages. I was slated to do very well, but I punctured and I took the whole thing without a spare tire.
The whole thing without a spare, huh?
Yeah, it's 20
Interesting.
kilos.
It is. It is. It is. Absolutely. Oh, Guzman gets a little loose there on that left-hander. I wish I could hear
Yeah, I just
the
saw that.
calls because I wish I could tell what it was that they were, what type of turns they're dealing with here.
Yeah, that would be really, really good.
Yes. Now how do we get our broadcast menus back? Okay. Yeah, that's about it. Broadcast mode on or off, and
Let's see, Tommy's really far back, but if you look at him, he's got some rear damage. He's got some front damage too.
oh,
And he just hit a rock.
he is
Never
banging the car up very badly here.
Well, we'll leave it up to German engineering to hopefully last a little bit longer than this.
Something else that's just
This door.
occurring to me here is when these guys wrap up. Now they say they're up for all 9 stages. Everybody that's in the lobby, which is cool because I like seeing the commitment. But I guess that makes my next point moot. I was going to say if we had only stopped at 6 stages, we wouldn't have been able to replicate the damage of the car when these guys restarted the remaining 3.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
It's,
It's a good thing that they're willing to do it.
Yeah, that's something that's come into the rerun feature we've been trying to use in ARC when you get dropped from RaceNet, which doesn't seem to be happening too much right now. But when you rerun those stages that we give you the opportunity to do, we can't emulate the damage done to the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, my thing when I noticed it was the rutting, because I mean my car's always beat to shit anyways, so.
Now Gerhardt's pulling out a little lead here. He's not too far ahead of Sin. I'd
He's stretching
say
the gears. I can hear him hitting the limiter a lot, though. I think that's going to cost him a bit of time.
Sin does have a little bit on him, and you know what's funny is when you flip back and forth, you can see the smoke patterns of the car that you switched off of ahead. So you can almost see exactly where the car ahead is. And Guzman is right on Sin at the moment.
Gerhard just got a little bit loose coming down that straight, but he caught it real tight.
He's got a good 10-second lead, I think.
Yeah, he's pretty safe. Guzman made that turn only barely work. There should be a Citroen option in here. I'm surprised nobody took it.
Guzman overtook Sin.
Yeah, looks like.
They both get through that turn pretty nice. Oh, Guzman with a little bit of a moment there, though. That's going to allow Sin to close the gap.
This goes from pavement to kind of rough, dusty pavement, and then back to normal. That's why you lose that a little bit. It's really hard to go between surfaces like that, especially coming off of dirt.
What's happened to Gerhard? I just saw Guzman close the gap a bit.
He just took a couple turns a little bit slow. I was looking at him. Tommy's far back, just chugging that poor car along. What a lad.
He's done some considerable damage to it, and it is a fairly good distance to the first service today. We have a long service stage at the beginning of round 5, stage 5, I should say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're really stretching it this time around. I wonder what tire choices were picked. We'll start to figure out near the end. You can go about 50 kilometers on the softs. After that, it starts to get a little dicey.
The field has spread out a bit now. Riding
Yeah,
along with
it looks like there's a
Sadir.
very obvious split right in the center. But something has happened. Sin just dropped back a bunch of time, and looks like Guzzi dropped back a bunch of time, or Gerhard just pulled away that well. But it's tightening up.
Yep, Sadir's also coming back some. I wish we could see ghosts or something. Like, whew.
Yeah, that would make this a little bit nicer, honestly.
You know, I do think for the Twitch Rivals feature that Guzman and I were talking about doing, the way they do it for the Twitch Rivals, we might try next time is just using all you guys' streams as a OBS source, and then we could do things like split screens and quad screens, and compare
that'd be
where
nice.
everybody is on track at the same time. So yeah, it would be cool. But
That'd be really cool. I wonder how that would work with me, for example. You'd probably have to take a section of my display.
yeah, you can crop it.
Okay. Yeah, because mine's an ultra wide, so I have a
Gerhard's
little extra than a lot of people.
absolutely pounding the engine still here.
Yeah, he is. I love it. I think he's just pulling the most that that 4-cylinder is going to give him.
Oh, Guzman a little bit too wide there on that right-hand turn and comes in contact with the rocks. That's going to allow both Sin and Sadir to close the gap now.
Yeah, it looks like he's real close to getting overtaken, although he's coming away.
I'd say it's about 2 seconds between Guzman and is it?
Yeah, Guzzi and Sin.
Yeah, about 2 seconds between second, third, and fourth right now. Sadir may have just lost a little bit of more time there. That's that one right uphill. It's a bit tough.
And Gerhard just finished the stage. Now we've got to wait. Oh yeah, they'll all finish.
And this right
pretty
here is why
close.
we do not stagger the start.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how this would work. I was hoping there would be like a staggered option.
I'm not even sure we can stagger. I believe they all started at exactly the same time.
Yeah, they do. Oh, Wally, he just hit the rocks. He hit the e-brake a little bit too soon. Over-rotated the car and just drove straight into the rocks.
I like that maroon
Tommy
skin.
took it like a grandma.
Grandma.
Yeah,
Well,
that color is brilliant.
I don't know if anyone has any penalties. Just Tommy with a 4-second
Look at
penalty, so
that
no
difference.
punctures. Wow. That's 15
Look at the
seconds,
stage
yeah.
splits real quick. Yeah, Gerhard was he was consistently over a second faster every single stage, but that last, yeah, split 4 was pretty big, and then he just started pulling away after that. He was
He was clean too. He was so clean.
Yeah.
Stage
I don't think
notes,
his car had any damage.
no damage. Everybody else, minor damage. Tommy's got minor body damage, high engine temperature, and a broken headlight. High
Yeah, so
engine
he's
temp
definitely got a
already.
damaged rad. Yeah, he's gonna be struggling. He's gonna be really hurting later on
Yeah.
with that rad.
That is not a good sign.
Let's hope
for
the air
him.
temp goes down.
Love this stage. A lot of sharp rights and lefts, ones.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
It's just so easy to just drift in these conditions in Germany on the pavement with the R5. Just all 4 of those tires spinning up at the same time. I love the R5. I know a lot of people don't like the all-wheel drive cars, but the control that I feel when I have these cars.
Starts 200.
I think if I had to pick between
35
all of the car
right.
options,
Good
I
luck.
would probably go all-wheel drive, mostly just because more power will get you around everything. But I enjoy all the cars equally. Even the GTs, they're a weird kind of fun.
It was definitely funny going back to the H2 this week after both BRL and our casual in the R5 and just wondering, like, how do I drive this rear-wheel drive car anymore? Like, so it took me about a half an hour to realize I had to stop steering.
Yeah, especially with the Fiat, you gotta
Yeah.
give it a little bit more throttle.
To steer with the gas. So Guzman's off to a great start here. He looks really quick out of the gate. But I think
Yeah.
already Gerhard's up, though.
Gerhard's already up. I think him pushing those gears like that are really working. But Guzzi's in second, Sin's in third.
And Sin's right there.
Yeah. Alright, we've actually got a major jump coming up too. This jump,
And Tommy's actually doing pretty well for himself at this stage.
yeah, amazingly with all that damage.
And he's actually poking at Sin a little bit. They swapped positions a second ago.
Oh, Sin, there it goes.
Yeah, everyone's
Some
pretty
body
close.
work.
Everyone's still pretty close there.
Sin's gonna drop down. He just got some body work knocked off and some other stuff, so he's gonna lose it a bit. Wally, same thing.
And Tommy looking much better this time. Much better. Great recovery from Tommy on stage 2.
Yeah,
He
this
just-
is what I expect to see from him.
As long as he keeps it together. I mean, I know you're pretty familiar with him as he drives ACC with you.
Yep.
We'll give you a second here to plug that. What's up for season 2? What do you got coming? When does it start?
We are starting this season on the 27th of June. We will be starting in... Oh, I don't even remember what track we picked. It will be a sprint race. We changed our format. Our format now is 45-minute sprint race. And then we do 2 of those in a row. Then we do a long race, usually 90 minutes. So we just double it up.
You do 2 sprint races in a row in one night?
No. We just do 1 week each.
Yeah.
But we're going to be starting in Spain this time around. We're going to do the 3 tracks we haven't done yet, and then we'll move into the rest of the season. We will be ending in Kailami with either a 2 or a 4 hour event. We're not completely certain yet.
Wonderful. I love that.
Yeah.
So surprising
Hoping
here
for
is
driver swaps.
Sin Black Fox has dropped to the back of the field this stage, so he's obviously had some issues. Oh, is someone off? Yeah, I saw the smoke.
Yeah,
I
Tommy
saw the
just hit
smoke.
Tommy just hit the rocks. I was looking at it.
I wouldn't have known, but I just saw the phantom smoke on Sin's feed and was like, somebody's off, look.
Yeah, he
So-
hit the rocks real hard. Gerhardt's still just slamming away, no problems. Guzzi following right behind him, not a whole lot of damage on him either.
About a 3 to 4 second gap, I think, right there. Oh, a little wide for Guzzi, though.
Yeah,
But he's
that's
safe.
gonna give Sitter a bit of cider, SDIR. I don't know.
I've been calling him Sadir.
Okay, I'm into that.
He
Steer.
hasn't corrected me yet.
Okay. Well, we can almost say Samir, you're breaking the car. So
Sadir,
breaking the car.
you're breaking the car. Please listen to us. All right, he's across. Stage 2 done. And Gerhardt
Yeah.
is up, but not by much.
That was pretty solid around all of them. I mean, yeah, you could see exactly where Sin lost it. He was tight right up until he had that hit in split 3.
And Tommy damaged his exhaust. And Gerhardt still without any damage. Everybody else still with their minor. And Tommy is added to his woes with a damaged exhaust now.
Well, I mean, he basically just straight piped his own car, so that should be okay.
He'll be fine. I have to say, from what I'm seeing, because I'm watching the stream over here, it's a little dry. I have to say. Hopefully, I can watch some esports feeds of these events and pick up how they do it a bit. But not too many spectator options in Dirt Rally.
No, I think it was kind of geared to just being able to spectate Rallycross. But this is definitely neat. Now this stage is always one of my tough points because I don't know how to deal with hay bale chicanes. And no matter which way I start this stage, whenever I see, if I start this stage and it's at I think it's 50 meters with a left one, I automatically know that we're going to be doing
50 square left. Good luck.
hay bales. 50 square left, okay. So we're going to be doing hay bale
Yeah.
right entry into a hay bale left entry.
Was this the stage that we had maybe about a month ago with the Porsche time trial?
Yes.
Oh my
This
God!
is one of them.
3, 2,
That was, yeah, it was a struggle.
go.
I'm actually curious to see how people are going to handle the hay bales.
Through turn 1, it's
Hay bale
Guzman.
left entry. Guzzi went through it nice and slow.
Yep. Gets through the second one pretty well. He looks good there, and he's
Sin
still
knocked
holding the
the
lead.
side of it real good, but everybody else managed to get through there with no major crap ups.
Gerhard and Wally going back and forth now.
Yeah, Gerhard took that right a little bit slow, but it's working out.
Wow, Gerhard is right on Guzzi now.
Yeah, he is.
So is
Wild
Wally
to see
too.
him drive. Yeah, this is a really tight split. I'd like to see what their actual difference is.
It's real close right now. Gerhard was just able to get through. Wally's about a second back of Guzman.
Yeah, it's a deer at the back of it.
And Tommy is right
Oh,
on the tail
Gerhard's
of
sixth
Wally
with
as
some-
well.
With some damage. Looks like he hit a little bit.
You can navigate around the car a bit with your right stick.
Yeah, I was just doing that.
Yep, so that is actually pretty cool. You can get a good look at Gerhard's car here. Sadir's car here, and he's looking to be in pretty good shape in third place right now. Oh,
Yeah, Sadir's car is good. Let's just
What
hope he
happened to-
doesn't
what
lock-
happened to
nobody
Gerhard,
locks the
though?
lights off. I don't know.
Oh,
Looks
he
like
has some
just
damage,
knocked
too.
something. Yeah, he might have some suspension problems.
yeah, front right. He's done some damage to his front right.
Sin had to have a dead stop there. He's taking these turns really bad. I think he's got some problems with his control arms.
And you can see a little bit of damage to the front of his nose.
Yeah, it looks mostly superficial on Gerhard's side. Not like Tommy. That poor guy. But you know what? He's in fourth right now, so he's pulling himself up by those bootstraps.
And Guzman's got a good 2 seconds lead right now.
Yeah, he's pretty comfortable right now. There's not a whole lot. This is a very fast stage, so If he can just keep it up, he'll be pretty safe.
About 3 seconds or so to Wooly. You know, I wonder if I could get a real-time gap for information for from SimHub on this.
I'm actually gonna try it.
Yeah, I think maybe a leaderboard might give you some split information, because this game does have
actually
UDP data broadcasted. So, and Gerhard just wailing those gears, man.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that's that same bug that F1 has.
I wonder. We'll have to ask him. And he is he's making up ground, but it does look like Guzman still has about a 2-second lead. But Wally is right there with Gerhard now.
Yeah, look at that. Guzzi's still holding his lead, thankfully. Yeah, and that gap from Wooly to Tommy is pretty large.
And there goes
Sidir
Guzzi
and
getting the
Sin
stage
are
win.
on top. Yeah.
Nice job, Guzman.
Yeah, he dethroned.
I'm going to take this stage moment for a bio break and a beer.
All right.
And be right back.
All right, let's see what we have here. Split was pretty good. Yeah, that time difference wasn't a whole lot, really. Guzzi just ran away with it. He was so ahead. Let's see what the stage notes look like. So everybody's got a bit of damage now. Guzzi's got body, broken headlight. Actually, everybody's got minor body. Broken headlights on Tommy, broken headlights on Sin. Gerhard has broken headlights, and so does Guzzi. Wooly and Sidir actually don't have a whole lot of damage, though, fortunately. So they will be in a little bit better position, especially because I think this might be actually a night stage. If it is, those broken headlights are going to prove to be a huge problem. Not so much here. The lighting's pretty good on this track. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a raining stage. So, lucky us. And they're just readying up right now.
Oh, look at that. We have some weather, huh?
Yeah, I was actually just talking, I guess to myself, but I was just talking out loud about everybody's got some headlight damage except for, I believe it was
Starts
Tommy
50,
and somebody
6
else.
left over crest, 80.
There's 2 people that don't
5
have
right
headlight
over
damage, so
crest.
if we were to have a
Good
night
luck.
stage, they would be in a bit of trouble. Basically the trouble I'm always in, where I never have headlights.
Guzman's still looking to be in pretty good shape. His car looks solid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And here we go. And immediately Guzman drops right down. Tomcat. Good launch. Wow, everyone's having a pretty good launch.
Yeah.
A lot of
Tommy just hit the,
and this is a tricky turn. This is a very tricky turn.
This turn's callouts are also extremely deceptive because he tells you that it's going to be a 5 left into a 4 right that tightens into a 2
Ooh.
right.
Stream is lagging really bad.
Oh, is it?
Now I am in a new location, so hopefully my internet is decent over
Sin
here.
just tried that left one and hit the wall. Let's see how they handle this this section. This is my favorite section in the track. I actually am confident that I got it nailed in every single drivetrain type.
Stream seems to have recovered as we ride along with Sim Black Fox in first place.
Yeah, and he's really just muscling that Skoda through.
Skoda is one of my
I
favorite
wonder-
cars in this game, even though I am a big fan of the Space Star in the R5 now because I've driven it so much, but man, I love that Skoda.
That Skoda is brilliant. Oh, Gerhard just went through the puddles. That's going to be a big risk to him. You want to avoid the pools of water on this track.
Does that get your brakes a little bit cool?
It'll cool off your brakes, but most importantly, your tires aren't really designed to push out a lot of water unless you've got wet tires, which I assume none of them would take.
No, I don't think I didn't check the kilometers that we were going here in the first stint, but if it's only one stage of wet, see, we were very unprepared for the stream tonight. We were scrambling at the beginning and had some technical difficulties. Even though I set the damn thing up, I did not look at the weather, so I can actually get that and tell you what we have coming up, but that's on us.
I kind of like the surprise, honestly. But yeah, you want to avoid the puddles, especially because here you're relying so much on the grip that anything to break your traction, especially with an all-wheel drive platform, you're gonna just lose so much once it grips again, and that's what you're seeing here. If you're power sliding through a turn already, then the water's not gonna bother you. But if you're trying to do a hairpin, you're gonna break that traction on at least one tire.
Gerhard,
What
the,
happened?
he, the four right over left, four right over crest to the crowd. He went into
Yeah.
him and he got sideways
Steer
on the
just did it.
rocks.
Goozy went wide in it.
Yeah. Looks like
Wooly's
everyone's
coming
got
up.
some damage to the left side of the car now.
Yeah. Wooly
Handles
went
it
through
well.
nice and safe.
Here comes Tomcat. He's well behind. But let's see how he handles
He's,
this four right.
He's beat up, although
Nope.
he
Oh!
he went full yeet.
He's backing it up. Oh no, he's gonna hit a spectator. Oh no, Tommy.
I know it's unfortunate to laugh because that's such a huge penalty that he's going to receive for that, and he just lost a tire.
Why can't I clip it?
Big drama for Tommy. He is now missing his right rear,
I really wanted to clip that, but for some reason I
his
couldn't.
hatch end, everything.
Oh,
he is
he's backwards. Oh, poor Tommy. He's
Poor
trying to bring
guy.
it home, but with the water and the tire missing, this is a tall order. Does he have no spares? Replace the tire, man.
I can see the spare, but I think he's so close
Yeah.
to the end he doesn't want to waste the minute. Because that's a 60-second penalty. This is when you get to the last stage, you have to make that gamble.
Yeah. In the meantime, we missed Sin taking the stage win, so good on him picking up the stage win on the only wet stage here for this rally in stage 4. Oh,
You know what? He took
poor
the stage
Tommy.
win, but Tommy took our hearts. He actually just fixed the tire.
Thank you, Tommy. He's like, I can't
He
get
gave up
home.
on it.
I can't get home like this. I
See, when
really.
you do that, you just have to go light. I spend a lot of time with a missing tire. I'm a dope.
I'd really like to know where my clip button is, Craig. I am just at a loss. I wanted to clip that and I
clip
couldn't.
button?
Yeah, I can't clip.
Where is that button?
I don't know.
They must have moved it.
Shocking.
Oh, really? Shocking for Twitch to move a button. once
Exactly.
again. Oh, don't tell me there's a. Nope. I'm now clicking various buttons in the UI to see what happens.
Well, anyway, it was about 25 minutes into the stream was that unfortunate series of events for Tommy when we went on to him and gave him the commentator's curse as we said, let's see how Tommy handles this 4 right over crest that we all struggle with, and he binned it.
He binned it just in the same way that I always do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we look at his damage, stop to repair puncture, body damage, severely damaged exhaust, and a high engine temperature. So
He's going to be
He's gonna
struggling on
be-
power. What stages are we going into? We're going into stage 5, I believe, so they'll get a chance to repair
yes,
here.
he will not likely be able to repair the whole car at this rate.
That's actually a long service station, so he might be able to.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't a complete masochist here. I gave him a long repair at stage 5, and then before the power stage, even though we don't track power stages in the casual series, we have a short repair before stage 9.
Wow, Tommy's already ready. Either he repaired quick or...
Or he forgot to repair. Dear God.
As long as he doesn't do what I do, forget tires, go on softs that
Yep.
are really old.
Mm-hmm. Happens all the time.
Truly, though, it is fun.
So we do
It's
have a
always
bit
a
of a lull
challenge.
here as the guys. He didn't ready up, I don't think, because it says he's in the service area.
Yeah, you know what? I think that indication was actually just that he loaded. Like you plan to be soon.
Soon?
Bad joke, but I don't know. Oh right, it's past 9 for you. It's not even 7 for me.
That's correct. It's almost 10 o'clock here. And I started having beers at about 7 o'clock because I told myself with all the work we're doing at the house here getting unpacked that you have to take personal time. So I decided I'm stopping at 7 o'clock no matter what.
That's a good move, especially because it's Friday.
Grabbed a shower,
You definitely deserve it.
watched Graham read the boys some books, had some dinner on the grill, and now here we are. And what a great way to end that night. So the long day, and this was my reward, being here tonight with you guys.
Well, I'm glad you decided to spend your Friday evening with me, because
Yeah, so's my
I've
wife.
been looking forward to this all week.
A, turn
Me
one
too.
left.
And luckily I have a
Cut.
wonderful wife who does not mind at all when I'm downstairs with the boys racing.
You know, we could always just get her into the racing.
She'd rather
Yeah.
watch 90 Day Fiancé.
Oh, that's fair. The one with is that show with that short neck guy?
5,
Yeah.
4,
The one that looks like all the
2,
four Impractical Jokers
1,
combined.
Go.
That's the one. And we're
When I
off.
saw him, he was just a child's drawing of a buff man to me.
All right, here come the hay
All right.
bales. The chicane hay
Hay bale
bales. And we already saw Guzzi take them pretty well once. And he
Yeah,
does great
he was
again.
confident.
And he took them well again. Oh, he made some contact. That's going to slow him down and allows Wally to go through into first.
Don't switch to Gara right now.
Oh, no.
What happened? Oh, he just got disconnected.
Oh, no. So we
Yeah.
will stop him at stage 5 and he will continue on from stage 5.
Yeah, he got a decon. I can't even. That's a shame. So I'm gonna be watching the stream and just trying to catch up because I got kicked out because I was looking at him.
Oh, no. Are you able to join in or you can only watch the stream now?
Oh, you know what? I figured out a way around it. Instead of pressing Y, you have to press A, and you can just join back in.
Now, while we've been yapping away here, Guzman has dropped back in the order.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that, but Wooly's
Oops,
coming back with the fix.
He is. Everyone's been mixing it up a bit here. We've seen everyone kind of struggle, and now everyone, do well on a stage. Now, careful in these turns here with these cinder blocks to the side of the road. Those can be deadly.
Oh yeah, that's where I normally puncture.
Now, I wonder if Gerhard is able to load in, and he'll get a max time for the stage DNF, which will allow him to rerun in a private club setting, but hopefully he can get back in and join us for the last few stages.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. I'm a little disappointed that he's not in it.
Riding along with Tommy on the stream right now, and he's having a pretty good run right now. The whole pack is very close.
I'm just amazed that Tommy's car is intact right now. I think he's learning from his mistakes, though. He is taking it a little bit carefully.
And he said everything is a learning experience for him tonight, so I believe this is only his second rally.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, he learned pretty quick about ACC, so.
He got a little sideways there. I'll absolutely be going and clipping that that little event that he had earlier.
Oh,
Riding
that
with
was-
Wally now. He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's making it through the downhill version of my favorite section of this track.
Now, Wally has a day at the Dirtfish School coming up pretty soon, I think, in August.
Oh, does he?
As long as COVID allows it, but he's supposed to be driving out there at the Dirtfish School in Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a
That
gift
one's not
from
too
his
far from
wife. And I said, that is a
What a
pretty
wife.
badass gift.
What a pretty badass wife.
That's what I'm saying.
That's actually not too far from me. I was looking at doing that at some point in my life.
O'Neill's is pretty expensive up my way. About the same
Oh,
as
yeah, Team
about the
O'Neill.
same as Dirtfish, but yeah, it's not
It
too
is.
far from me.
Team O'Neill has less notoriety, but honestly, I think Wyatt is an amazing resource, even
Oh,
just
yeah.
for learning how to play this game.
I used him a ton when I first started playing this game because I remember the first time launching and thinking, what is this guy yammering about in my ear?
And what did I do?
Yeah, you linked me to Wyatt. Wally has lost the lead to Guzman. Now Guzman was really far back at one point, so again, the entire field staying very close together here on stage 5. And that's the end of
I
it.
think it's.
Oh wow!
look
Oh
at
no!
that.
And Tommy's in the
Oh.
trees.
We spoke
Tommy's
too
in the
soon about Tommy's
trees.
skill.
Not a lot of damage, but did slow him down right at the end there. But something happened to Gerhard. Oh no! Disconnected. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
He may just
Damn
go to
shame.
bed and ask to rerun from 5 on, being so late at night. Let me see if anything in the rally chat there is.
So
nothing.
early in the morning for him.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, nothing in
Yeah, our
rally
man
chat.
from South Africa.
Very early in the morning for him. So let's see if he
Yeah,
gets
we
back.
picked him up for Assetto Corsa, and he just stuck around and started rallying with us.
He's actually come over to my European Rally League, Blue Line, and did pretty well there
nice.
his first round. Yeah.
I was considering joining them after I'm done with my CMS season.
They're enormous. It's ridiculous
See, I
how many
like
people
that.
are there in Blue Line, and it's so many different teams and skill levels, and it's competitions within competitions within competitions. It's
As
like,
long as they have a heat tier, I'm good.
well, I mean, I do drive for Team Euro Yeet, so
Oh, okay.
You know.
Brilliant.
yeah. Euro Yeet. Got a beautiful skin for the Space Star made by Sadir, actually.
Oh, Oh, that's lovely. So that must be where he picked him up from.
Yep, I plugged ARC Historic Season 1, and a couple of their
Start
guys
60
came over.
over crest, turn
Two of them, I
unseen,
believe,
square
are
left,
admins,
don't.
actually, so
Oh,
it's fun to have them here with us.
look at that. We're getting our name out there.
Yeah, we might be small, but we like to have fun.
5,
Yeah, we've gotten a few shout outs. We got a shout out from
2,
OOR, which is an
1,
Australian
go.
Settle Corsa League.
Nice. All the way
Yeah,
across
that
the
was a
globe.
Yeah, right where they have tethers. So otherwise they'd fall off.
Sin launches real well. It's very
That
close
was,
with Guzman into the first sector here. Ooh.
Do we have any full night stages, or are we looking at just straight dusk, dawn to dusk?
I'd have to go back and look. Give me 1 second here. As soon as I alt tab, the stream goes to poop, though.
Oh, yes, that one.
No, there are no night times for some reason. Daytime, sunset, dusk. Daytime, sunset, dusk.
Okay, that's good.
But I believe dusk is considered nighttime.
It is. It absolutely is. Oh, Sin had a bit of drama doing a 360.
He's still spinning. He's in the woods.
Oh,
He's in the
he
rears.
Is now Austin powered himself,
Yep, he's...
and he goes down to 5th.
At least he didn't take a penalty. Would have been added insult to injury for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Now we got Goozy just taking up all of that distance. Took the advantage.
Oh man, Wally's right there though.
He's right on him. It's going to be tight. Tommy not too far off, trailing back.
And Sin's a good ways back on Sadir, trying to judge the distance between them.
Yeah,
Guzman
Sin's
makes a
making
little
push.
mistake. And again, Wally's right on him.
Yeah, it's going to be
Who's got
tight.
the better drive right here? Who's got the better drive? That's the question. Whose gears are configured properly on that straight?
Goozy
like-
looked like he was pulling away, but that braking zone, he came in a little early.
Ooh, that was a
Almost got loose.
pretty nice drift though, considering he didn't.
Yep. Wally kept it a little tighter through that.
Now this next left-hander for Guzzi here is a pretty hard cutback left, one left. See how he does.
Wally
wanna
just went around
overcommit.
that.
Wally's gonna get him. No, they both make
Nope.
the same
They
mistake.
both went wide. And Tommy's thirsty for that gap change, but he's not gonna be able to get it. Sadir's gonna have to stick on him. As long as he can keep ahead of him, he'll at least get a podium for this stage.
I'm having a hard time judging the distance between them right now. I'm looking for a marker here. Oh, it's close between them.
Yeah, they are within a 10th.
Yep. I pick out a flag, and then as soon as one hits it, I switch to the next. That's what I've been doing, yeah. Been having a hard time like judging gaps without any information, Codemasters.
Sin just closed around Sadir. He's making
Oof.
that. He's making that hero push. And he's within 2/10 of Tommy. He might still be able to pull it off. No, that's not possible. Tommy's got the 3rd place.
Sin takes 4th. Everyone
And
finished
Guzzi,
pretty
of
quickly
course,
that
just
time.
stomping it.
Everyone finished together.
Yeah, the split wasn't too big.
Stream quality going to the toilet right now. I don't know why. I'm gonna close some
Let's see what
crap.
the damage is. We've got Guzzi has a wobbling wheel apparently.
It says that
That's an
wobbling
interesting one.
wheel.
It says wheel wobbling. Yeah.
Guzzi's
Sin's
got a
damaged exhaust
wobbling
and body
wheel.
damage. Damaged exhaust definitely came from that backing into the tree.
Yep. Wheel
But other
wobbling.
than that, pretty safe.
Wonder if Guzzi can feel that in the wheel. In the
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
while steering there, you know, the wheel constantly shaking, and he's on a G29,
Well-
so that means everybody in his house is awake.
Yeah, they can all hear it. No, you'll definitely feel that. You'll feel it, especially when you're on a long straight at full tilt.
Yeah.
Once the car starts to settle, if it's a front wheel, when the car settles, you'll really feel it. Looks like Gerhard's back in.
So he
So
missed
he'll,
2 stages he'll have to run for us?
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll just have to add up the times for him later.
That's annoying, but I'm sure he'll, not mind doing it.
Yeah,
Since-
I mean he got up to get himself here.
Wonder what
I
the
don't see why you'd be right back.
wonder what the voice
Start
chat is like
60,
in there. I can
left over
imagine.
crest, 130.
Because you know everyone's like,
Probably special.
one person makes the mistake and then you hear everybody else, just like it's like a domino effect. Like, oh, everyone just makes the same over crest right into rock
Yeah.
mistake.
Sin's got himself squelched and
Five.
muted.
4,
Some people
Three,
need to hear those calls.
2, 1,
They
go.
do.
I'm one of them.
Actually, Tommy admitted to me earlier on in the week that he eventually forgets that the guy's talking to him, and he'll just drive by feel.
My stream lag is about 10 seconds right now behind the broadcast.
That's not completely
Over
unusual.
time, I know it builds. Ooh, Guzman into the rocks. Everyone threw on him. Sin into first. Wally and
Yeah.
Sadir, Gerhard going back and forth for second place right now.
Gerhard's exit from that last corner was a lot better than Sin's. He might have him here. They're right on top of each other. Sin entered that corner a little bit slowly, but look at that. That's a three-way split real close. This would be bumper to bumper if possible.
Now Guzzy got back in it as well.
Yeah, he did.
Dropping down the field here, looking for Tommy.
Tommy's trailing a little bit. He just gave
Tommy.
himself,
Oh. I think he was
then he-
confused which direction he was supposed to be turning there.
Yeah. Yeah, those arrow boards are not, those chevron boards are not the most. They're kind of hard to discern sometimes when you're going flying at them and you're not thinking.
Well, actually, you know, he may not even be noticing the chevrons too, being a new player.
That's very true. Oh, Wally just did the same thing. I've made that very mistake there.
Now, I do believe this is the course with the two left that's hidden in the dip in the road. So we'll be watching
My
for it.
favorite.
That's where I got the triple puncture my last time through Germany. I mean, how's your rally ending in a split second on hay bales? Triple puncture. You're done.
Last time I ended a rally on hay bales was when we were in Poland. I just
Understandable.
T-boned them dead on. Full yeet.
So we are seeing some gaps form here. Sadir has dropped back a bit. Wally and Tommy are together.
We've still got Gerhard, Guzzi, and Sin right on top of each other, though. So we're waiting for these long straights to see who gets the best drive out of it.
And here comes... No, I thought this was one of them, but it is not. It's going to be the
No,
one
this
right.
is a drop into a hairpin. This one is easy to go a little bit over because you look past it, you don't see the tape. It does depend on the car you're in, though.
I love this uphill. This isn't the one I thought it was, but there is an uphill long over left. And you just get to... right here. It's right here.
Yep, this
Up over this hill.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the game.
you can just drift this, and it's so gratifying when you get it right.
And the
Especially when
visuals,
you
too.
go through that left. Yeah.
See
Here we
forever.
go.
You can see my
I like
frames
how many
dip down to
times
50.
The guy calls it unseen, though, and it's like I can see the road that it's leading up. It's fine.
Gerhard's right with him. And so is Guzman.
Yeah,
So they're together still.
one-on-one here.
But the
Wally
top of
is
this
off
hill,
in the
yeah.
grass, into the dirt.
Oh, Sin a little bit too hard on the brakes there. It comes to a complete stop and allows Gerhard through.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt his run out of that turn.
The question is now, how far back is Guzman? It doesn't look like he's very far
Maybe
at all.
a tenth.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's,
if
looks
that.
like he still gets it. Sadir pulling off now. He'll get fourth. Unless he miraculously makes a mistake or brakes too much. And Tommy coming in right at the end with his busted car.
He's all right though. He's not too busted.
No, just a damaged exhaust and some body damage.
You know, none of his wheels are wobbling, so that's solid.
Yeah. Gerhard came back with no damage. Brilliant. 200 IQ play right there.
Yep, but unfortunately he's got 60 minutes in DNF time. Even though we know we'll fix it for him in the long run. You hate to see it
Yeah.
in the stream.
It's a shame. It's really nice that that issue has gone away.
You know.
I was having it long after everybody else.
Yeah. That reinstall did seem to fix it for you.
Yep. Yeah. I recommended a couple other people on Reddit to do it and stuff, and it seemed to fix it for them as well.
And you may say, oh, Gerhard's in South Africa. It's a long way from the server. I promise you, it's most likely Codemaster's fault.
It was.
Not
it
distance.
Was, it wasn't distance. It was just a bad patch, and it looks like people on the West Coast never got patched out of it.
Yeah.
Because, I was starting to see a pattern of people on the West Coast that were getting that issue.
Targeted malfeasance, man. They have something against you guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, the West Coast is the best coast, and I guess that made them upset.
Starts 200.
I've heard that.
Crest,
I've heard
35
California knows how to
Goodbye.
party.
I have heard that
Yeah.
before.
I've only been out there
I
once, though.
haven't been.
Only once. San Francisco.
Did they know how to party?
I had a good
San
time.
Francisco might not.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
5,
Down on the
four,
San
Embarcadero.
Francisco has Bubba
3,
Gump, though.
2, 1.
They got Bubba Gump
Go.
Shrimp Company.
They have those all over the United States.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they're a
I'm in
dime.
Canada. I don't
They're not
know
even
these
really
things.
around anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
So Tommy has a great start. He quickly drops back down. No Sin through. Sin up to first. Now
Kuzi
Gerhard
hesitated too much,
overtakes.
lost a few places.
And Gerhard back to his normal flying pace. He is absolutely screaming through here.
Yeah, he is. It's like he's done it before.
Yeah, and he just had the car, what I would consider completely unstable over a crest, and he handled it beautifully.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of this car, though. It just... You can throw anything at it.
Guzman's close, though. 2/10, maybe a 10th.
Yeah, he's right on there. Sin trailing up behind, not too far off. He's in 5th gear, just maxed out, which is normal at the end of that straight. Wooly overcooked into that straight a little bit. He's trying to catch up a little.
Who's he? Oof. Man, Sin got involved there for a second. They're close. Everyone's so close right now.
Yeah, I love it. There's starting to be a bit of a gap from Tommy. Looks like he's just hesitating a little bit into some corners. Yeah, and then he just went off. He had a drama into a tree now.
Oh, Gerhard, a little bit shallow on the turn.
No, it seemed to work out for him, though.
It allowed Guzman to come through.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. This is a nice long section. And if you can overestimate how many you need to break there.
Well, Guzman definitely handled it well. That was a sweet looking turn.
Yeah.
Just the right amount
That
of
was
slide.
brilliant.
Oh, but he's on the grass. He's going to clip the rock. Oh, no.
Oh,
This is gonna
and that's
hurt.
going to give it back to Gerhard.
And Sin comes through as well. Let's see how far Sin's behind Gerhard now.
See this turn that
3
they're about
tenths.
to do. They can definitely take that turn a little faster than they've been doing. The one nice thing about doing a road course like this is you can actually use a lot more of the track than you'd expect because you don't have to worry about ditches very much.
Yeah.
There's a few ditches. So you want to take more of a traditional circuit-style racing line most of the time through these turns, instead of full yeet handbrake turns. You do those very rarely.
You'll have a couple of intentional, one left, don't cut, where they just stick piles of rocks there to just make sure you don't do the cut.
Hey, when he says don't cut, he means it. Back in the
I've
original
learned
game,
that.
he used to say "be brave."
Be
that would
brave?
An indication.
That's
yeah,
so
that was an
vague.
indication to cut. Well, he would tell you like a 5 left, be brave. That was an indication to cut, and don't be afraid of doing it.
Wow, okay, well, I guess once you know it, you know it.
Yeah. Fun fact about the posts on this area. This is where I lost all of my time in our in my CMS one that I did yesterday. You hit those little posts, and in hardcore damage, they actually stick to your car and slow you down like
Oh.
an anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've posted a couple clips of that before, like the strongest little posts in the world where they make my whole car. Oh, great turn right here, downhill,
Yeah,
two
that
right,
was brilliant.
where they actually
This
make
is
my
so
whole
fun.
car like shimmy.
Yep. Yeah, and if you hit them just right and they come up, they just you can drag them with you forever. You have to you actually have to stop, back up so that they fall over, and you can drive over them.
The aerodynamic drag they create, not good.
Yeah. I always, whenever I hit those, I think of The Simpsons when they had the monorail. They create the anchor.
Mm-hmm. I think these gaps could hold here.
Yeah, they're looking pretty tight so far. Roughly in the spectrum that we've been seeing them this whole rally. However, Guzzi almost hit those rocks on the outside there. That could have been bad. Tommy's coming up behind really slow.
Looks like Sin's
he
about
just hit the rocks
7
at the
seconds
crowd.
behind Gerhard right now.
Tommy just hit the crowd.
Oh, about 3 seconds now for Sin.
Yep. Yeah, Gerhard's just pulling that gap. I think he extended his gear ratio enough. I think he came prepared.
Wally taking some
that second was
corners
so fun.
really well. Sharp looking car, the champion livery. Champion spark plugs. Oh, Wally's loose. Wally's in the grass. The car was on 2
So much
wheels.
for champions. Is that going to give Guzzi the chance?
Yeah, looks like it does.
It did. It's okay though. They're coming into a nice tight section. This is where a lot of people seem to be losing time right now. They're not pushing through those hairpins enough. You can be very aggressive here, especially because it's downhill. It just guides you through. They're banked very nicely, and it looks like Gerhard's figured that out. He is really pushing it. Oh, that slide though. Put him a little bit out of sorts. Sin though, just straightening himself up, although it's not going to be enough.
Guzman's pretty far back on him as well. Like I said, I think these gaps are going to be enough to hold as long as no one has a major moment.
Yeah, and we're coming up on one of the most difficult parts in the track, where there's a jump straight into a 2 left.
Does anyone get it wrong? That's the question. And go to the right.
I've done it. Full yeet the trees. Oh, Guzzi just had a bit of a drama there. It's going to hold for him, though. He's going to keep that 3rd place. Wooly coming around nice and clean. And Sadir, he's taking this real cautious. I think he's had mistakes there before. Let's see what Tommy can do. Perfect on his part. Almost gave those rocks a bit of a kiss, though.
What's another tire?
It's a good question. I mean, they are sponsored tires. It's not like he has to pay for them.
It's okay. I have 2. So I believe
He's
that's
got a lot of damage.
that might be the last long stage.
We look at the
Frauenberg.
damage. That's a good thing. It's their last long stage
Yep.
because Guzzi's got stop to repair puncture, body damage, gearbox whining, and
Yeah.
wheel wobbling.
Well, they're going into stage 9, the power stage. They do have a short repair station here, so painful to go into those short service stations and just having to pick what you want to repair and take penalty time. If you know, you obviously don't want to take the penalty time, but you know, you want to be
No.
competitive on the stage.
Absolutely, and that might be where quick fixes come into play. When you've got a nice tight window that you need to get some more work done in, you sacrifice all of the body work, the glass work, and you just go for the quick fixes on the major components and hope you can just pull through.
Fix that whining gearbox and wobbling wheel.
Now, I wonder if the whining gearbox is actually what that clicking noise you get sometimes is. Like
It
that
goes
vibrating
away
noise.
sometimes too, yeah.
I get it all the time.
Me
I don't
too.
know what it is.
Me neither. It's annoying too.
I just like I thought it was my drivetrain like having an issue. Like my differential. But I still have like I don't get a lot of performance problems after that happens. It just happens, it goes away. I don't know, maybe I got a leaf stuck in the wheel. I had that with like a bicycle.
Yeah, actually, I
Like,
just
put a card in
just
there?
used a clothespin and put a playing card on my weird wheel, and you know, I did that noise on purpose.
Yes, I used to do that a little bit. Go flying through like a trail with some trees and stuff, and you got a card in there. Sounds like a bunch of angry bees. It's lovely. There's actually mountain biking hubs called by a company called Chris King, and they're widely regarded as the angry bee hubs because when you hear them in free coast mode, so when you're not pedaling, you don't have them engaged. Yeah, it's just this loud buzzing
That's
noise. It's
50,
almost like a
6
saw.
left of a crest,
It's amazing.
18. 5 right.
All right,
on
everyone.
crest.
Last
Good
stage
luck.
in our first ever multiplayer streamed ARC Dirt Rally event for.
Well, I feel this was a success.
Yeah, man, I had fun doing it.
I'm having a blast.
5,
Plus, I
4,
get to drive without being
3,
judged.
Same.
2, 1, go.
And here we go. Straight into that difficult section again, right from the back. But everybody's
Oh,
nice and fixed up.
Sin struggles. He already makes contact. It spun around quick
Oh.
for him, but it's gonna hurt him in the long run.
That is a damn shame because
Did he
he's
get the
performed
puncture?
so well.
No, it looks like his tire's holding air still.
Yeah, I don't think he had a repair.
Tommy overshoots the hairpin a bit. Sin comes through.
Yeah, that took Tommy from midfield right to the back.
Yep. Now Sin's accident, it did spin him, but it was quick, and so he was able to keep going.
Yeah, he's holding off pretty well, and he seems to do really good through these hairpins. I think that's
Oh,
just
man.
planted.
Guzman
he
got
goes.
real sideways, and Gerhard is already pulling a huge gap.
Sin just put up 2 points or 2 places in one of those turns. He's handling these hairpins very nicely.
Yes, he is. He's not too far behind Gerhard either.
Sadir, however, needs to get a little bit more grapes through it. He needs to push harder.
And after a drive like this, it's going to be a shame we don't see Gerhard at the top of the leaderboard due to those disconnections.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I really think that that's probably the worst thing that can happen.
What you guys won't see on stream, unfortunately, is we will correct that for him, and he will get his proper times in. But you guys
Which
won't
is
get to see it.
fantastic.
What's the gap between them here? They're still pretty close together, Sin and Gerhard.
Yeah, he's right on him. Maybe a tenth, probably 0.05.
And that's a good section of track right there too, where you have to come through in fourth gear usually, and then you go into a section of threes, and it gets tight quick after that fast section, and they both handled
And
it well.
Gerhard
And there's the
swing
4
wide.
right. Oh, with Sin
Yikes.
almost. Whew, did Gerhard get through clean? He did.
Guzzi got through clean as well.
Sadir's clean.
Wooly
Wally's
actually
through.
made it. Tommy though,
Oh,
again.
oh, his door opened. His driver wants out.
Yeah, his driver's definitely had it. Maybe it's just too hot in the car. Maybe the co-pilot farted. Who knows?
Gerhard's got a good 4-second lead at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely hauling ass in this car. Or he's just ruining the gearbox, we don't know.
Won't matter. 9th stage. We're done.
It's the nice thing about having a sponsored car park though. Don't have to worry about it. Wooly and Sadir are very close as well.
Oh, Guzman. Very wide. Almost kisses the rock.
Yeah, but that turn was nice.
Guzzi's right on Sadir at the moment.
And Gerhard's just leagues ahead, just full send. I think he's trying to make up that 60 minutes.
Yeah, just says, I don't need to rerun it. I'm just going to win it here. Now, I don't know if we ever saw the stage with that two left we were looking for. I thought it was this one, but...
No, we haven't. It's great though because it runs you through this like a triangle of track, and you end up going up into a left that you were looking at when you entered that 2 left. So you do a left and then a couple of rights, and then you end up going straight up that part of the track that you were looking at.
I do believe the turn I'm speaking of is still in this particular course. It does look
This
very
is one
familiar.
of the long versions.
Yeah. Man, he's just pounding that gearbox still. And the gaps are real out there right now. Everyone's pretty spread out. Guzzi is close to Sadir. That's about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fight if Sin needs to make it. As long as he doesn't make any mistakes, he's actually creating a gap to Wooly. I don't know what Wooly did. I think he just overshot the braking. Long straights like this are exactly where you figure out whose car has the best drive or who gets the best exit. That gap Gerhard added is proof.
Yeah, he's just cruising. I'm watching him right now. So smooth.
Yeah, in this section, once you nail this section, it is super fun. Because it is so fast. And if you can keep the car planted, you usually want to stiffen the suspension a little bit when you know you're going to be doing some of that long left-right.
Here comes a nice big jump here. So
This is the fun part. This right 5 coming up, I always make the mistake because your car does come off the ground. You need to pre-stage for it a little earlier than you think.
oh no, Sin way wide, takes a penalty.
Yeah, that's a chonky penalty. I think I got a minute there once.
For no reason. The penalty in this game are unreal sometimes.
Yeah, they don't feel like they're rooted in any sort of sensible measurement.
And Gerhard just stomps his authority down on the stage, wins it easily. Sin's coming in right now. Next will be Wooly, third place.
Yeah, and we're just waiting.
Yeah, Guzzi's a good ways back.
Yeah, he really is. He kind of fell off a little bit there. Started losing a bunch of time to Sadir, and Sadir was catching up. Tommy made it through without any major crap ups.
Didn't kill the car, so that's a win.
Yeah, that's automatically a win. He's
Yep.
got loss of turbo pressure though, so that would explain why he was falling back as much as he was. The only person without body damage, Gerhard.
Stupid disconnections, man. It's just so annoying.
Well, he came back.
Yes, he did.
For the last repair stage.
Yep.
So he had all the opportunity.
Went out
He
there.
just didn't do it. Way too smooth.
Went out there and won the stage. Takes no damage doing it.
What a lad.
Gearbox
And his
won it.
split's 3 seconds faster than almost everybody across the board. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm spectating Guzman, so I see the 5th as the result of the championship for him. But obviously, you know, we're watching the overall standings here in a second. You have to pick who you spectate.
Yeah.
So
I
you're spectating our winner, I believe.
No, I'm also spectating Guzzi.
Ah.
Yeah, I got 5th place, and I'm like, okay, I'm happy with 5th.
And that's it. We don't see an overall standings. We don't see anything like that. So
No.
yeah, I can't even tell you who won at the moment. So cool, man. Thanks, Codemasters. Yeah.
Yeah, an attempt was made.
An attempt was made. I think maybe we'll just stick to broadcasting. Maybe next time we'll do a rallycross night with you and I, or maybe somebody else casting instead.
I would be more than happy to broadcast that.
Yeah, that'd be fun too, man. Rallycross is a blast when we do it. So those
It
of
is,
you,
and I tend to win. So
Yeah.
if I'm broadcasting, other people have a chance to win in that.
ooh, shots fired.
It's true, though.
So the 10 of you who have consistently sat in here and hung out with us tonight, thanks for hanging out. We're going to end the stream now. Everyone have a good night.